of the United States.
I'd like to flag.
I expect him to do two things, right? The message itself is likely to be about infrastructure, and other areas where he can negotiate with the Republicans in the House, that he also thinks that the public is going to be behind. Um, Otherwise, I expect him to strike a tone that is sober, is leadership that evokes leadership and stability, rather than the unstable Republicans in the House who seem to have a difficulty organizing themselves. And I think he's going to try to play up that juxtaposition quite a bit.
Kevin McCarthy.
That was easy, huh? I never thought we'd get up here.
The Republicans in the House have a difficulty in that they don't necessarily have an idea of what they want to do, but they certainly know what they do not want to do. But that lack of coherent messaging about what they would like to achieve has made it difficult for them to organize themselves. We saw Kevin McCarthy have a very difficult time just being elected Speaker. But we also see committee memberships being far more open than they had been before. Rules are going to be more open now. It's hard to say what they want to do. But what we do know is that they are very much opposed to what the Democrats want to do. What this will create is a real challenge with things that are coming up, like raising the debt ceiling, passing a budget. The must-dos for government require Republican coordination. And given the inability of the Republicans to coordinate amongst themselves in just selecting a leader, this will be a real challenge. I believe Biden will be as effective as anybody can be, but this will ultimately require the Republicans to make a decision to, make good on our previous debts, to keep the lights on.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, whereas in previous decades, if the economy was doing well, the president would be rewarded, and if the economy was doing poorly, the president would be punished. We're in a new era where if the economy is doing well, it doesn't change his approval ratings. If the economy is doing poorly, it doesn't really change his approval ratings, because Democrats are going to back Biden and Republicans are going to attack Biden, irrespective of the policy objectives, irrespective of the economic factors, and so on. And so that makes it a very challenging era for him to try to point to legitimate policy victories and make a convincing case for that, given that so few people are willing to be persuaded.
Folks, and with all the bright spots in our economy, record job growth, higher wages, too many families are struggling to keep up with their bills. Inflation is robbing them of gains they thought otherwise they would be able to feel. I get it.
Oratory factor is certainly an important skill, right? Reagan had it, Clinton had it, Obama had it. But effective oratory is not critical to be an effective president. And I think that that's what we're seeing with Biden, is that the effectiveness in steering policy through, finding areas where you can get something accomplished, backing away from a certain dead end, those aspects do not require soaring rhetoric. I think Biden's effective approach is, in fact, sort of relating to people on a more reasonable kind of human basis. And so for the State of the Union address, I expect him to talk about the fact that while the economy is doing well, unemployment is at record lows, people are still dealing with inflation. People are still hurting. And so I expect him to strike that tone, because that's an aspect that he does well at. He's not good at soaring oratory, but he does a good job at evoking a personal connection.
Walk out of my Grandpa Finnegan's house up in Scranton, Pennsylvania. He yelled, "Joey, keep the faith." And my grandmother, "No, Joey, spread it." You gotta spread the faith.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
sir.
God
Look
bless
forward
you.
to meeting you both.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Our police chief, Frazier, would like to honor you with a beautiful medal of courage.
Sit down! Sit down!
With the playing with the sticks in the refugee camps.